Hey everyone, my name is Matt and welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be giving you my non-spoiler slash spoiler review of the movie Renfield. So at first I'll be as non-spoiler as possible, just give you my overall thoughts of what I thought about the film, and then I will let you know when I dive into a little bit more of spoiler territory, so you will be forewarned in case you don't want this ruined for you. But overall, I really had a good time with this movie. This is not a movie that you should go into if you choose to see this as a serious film. I don't even think I would call this a horror film in any way, shape, or form. This was more of an action movie with gore elements based around the story of Renfield slash Dracula. That's the best way to explain it. It's over the top, it's fun, it's exciting, and it's just a good time. Don't take anything seriously. The levels of gore, the fight scenes are over the top. And I think the trailers did a really good job to portray that when you saw the film being previewed. So I don't think anybody really went in to this expecting some type of grounded, ultra realistic version of Dracula. I sure didn't. When I saw the trailers, I knew what this was basically going to be. There was a couple moments in the movie that I was surprised they even went a little bit further over the top, but it was cool. It was fun because I understand what the story was trying to do and what they were trying to do with this movie. It was just nice to see something different. Normally, when you hear a modern take on anything, you try to run away from it as fast as possible. At least I do. This is a modern version of Dracula's story told by Renfield and Renfield's experience dealing with Dracula. And I loved it. I thought it was a blast. Like I said, I don't want to spoil anything in the movie as of yet, so those are just my overall thoughts. Acting-wise, Nicholas Hoult, I believe is how you pronounce his last name, who played Renfield, did a great job. Nick Cage as Dracula was awesome. He did a fantastic job, and that was the thing that I was most worried about. I didn't anticipate or expect him to do this really well, and he shockingly really did. Like, it was a fun time seeing him, and normally when someone's trying to do those types of accents, right, especially I would say someone like Nicolas Cage, you would see it's not consistent. It was spot on. Like, I bought it. Like, I didn't see Nicolas Cage in this movie when I was watching it, because a lot of times, you know, you see like Keanu Reeves movies or Nicolas Cage movies, and it's just the same person in different movies, right? This, I bought the fact that he portrayed Dracula. I can't say that there's that many other standout actors in this movie. It's mainly those two. There was a lot of scenes in here that were fun. Like I said, the fight scenes and action scenes were great. So if you like John Wick type action scenes, they're definitely in this, but in an over-the-top element. So just keep that in mind. It's not a very long movie. It's about an hour and a half. From what I've seen so far, the box office is not doing very well, which is a shame because for the most part, from what I've seen, even critics and audience scores, everyone really likes this film. It's a really well done movie. The director, Chris McKay, who has done multiple other movies such as the Lego Movie, the Batman Lego Movie, The War of Tomorrow with Chris Pratt. I think he did a good job directing this. The story was written by Robert Kirkman, who is very famously known for The Walking Dead or Invincible, if you've ever read that comic or seen the recent TV show that came out past couple years. Would I rewatch this? I think that is a main factor when it comes into movies, is the rewatchability. And absolutely, I would absolutely watch this movie again. It was a fun time. It was something I would definitely revisit just because it was just fun. It's not a perfect film by any means whatsoever. It's not the greatest film ever made. It definitely could have been a little bit better, but for what it is, it was just a fun time. No nonsense messaging being pushed in, right? Nothing like that. The story it's a good story. Like I said, this is not a 10 out of 10 movie. I would give this like a 6.5. That doesn't make it a bad movie at all. It's really enjoyable. It's definitely a popcorn flick. It's a good ride. It's just something to turn your brain off, enjoy, have a good laugh, because there are some scenes that'll make you laugh, and the story ended really well. I think the pacing of it was really well done. It wasn't drawn out, like it was just an hour and a half. It was perfect. It wasn't overly complicated. They explained things that they didn't show on screen fairly well, right? Like I said, it just kept the movie going. I didn't want this movie to be a 2-hour movie. If it was a 2-hour movie, I would have been like, oh my God, end already, right? Because sometimes we see that with movies where they drag things out longer than they needed to be. So let's get into the spoilers a little bit, because that's really where I want to get into and dig into some of the scenes that I really enjoyed about this movie. I at first didn't think I was going to like the fact that we saw some type of like therapy of how to get away from toxic relationships. I was like, I don't know how that's going to work. And man, that was really funny. I was surprised at how much I really enjoyed that. I like the fact of how they dove into their past and they got caught up to speed of what's going on now, where we saw like the original Dracula, right? We saw Renfield meeting Dracula, and they even filmed it like they did back in the 30s, the original like Dracula film. So I thought that was really, really cool. The gore and stuff where you saw him ripping off people's arms and stick it in their chest, like it's over the freaking top, but it's awesome. I like the special effects with what they did regarding Nick Cage as Dracula, seeing him like damaged and drinking blood to kind of regenerate, and we see all that. Like, they did a really good job. Hats off to Nick Cage and his acting in this. I think he portrayed Dracula really well. Like I said, overall, had a really good time with this movie. It was fun. I definitely recommend this, whether you go to the theaters or rent it when it comes out on streaming platform. Definitely one to put in the books. The rewatchability is absolutely there. It's not the best film in the world. It was just a good time. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I always love to hear your thoughts. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit that like button, share, subscribe, all that good stuff for the YouTube gods, and I would greatly appreciate it. So until next time, my friends, take care.